So for problem number 10, we have to graph 4x minus 5y greater than or equal to 5. So we're going to do this by hand, but I'm gonna try something different. We're going to sketch this little thing. I'm going to try to sketch it on here, and then we'll see how close we are to the actual real deals. So we'll put this one here. Maybe I'll make it a little smaller. Alright, so again, I want to make it look like y equals mx plus b. I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides, right? So I'm going to say 5y is greater than or equal to negative 4x plus 5, right? And all I did was subtract 4x from here and subtract 4x from here. Okay, cool. Next, divide by negative 5 on every term. Negative 5 divided by negative 5 is 1. 1 times y is y, greater than or equal to. The positive, well, the negatives become positive, right? When you divide a negative by a negative, it's positive. It just stays 5 over 4, though, times x. And then positive 5 divided by negative 5 is a negative 1. So to graph this, I'm going to go down to negative 1. Now, they're counting by 2's on this thing, so my negative 1's going to be here. But then I go up 4, so I'm going to go up to here, and then over 5, which would be 2 for right here. Then, because I have a straight line, it would have to be solid. So I'm going to go up 4 over 5. So my line should sort of look like this. And then also, it's greater than, so it should be shaded above, right? Why did Mr. Adams, I forgot to ask the question first, but I drew a solid line. Did I do that right? No? Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why do you think it should be dotted? What's your justification for that? Should it be dotted or should it be solid? So we got to think, what's the difference? Well, remember, we're saying that any point in this shaded region, any x comma y value, will make this statement true. Well, what if I have a point on the line? Would it make it true? That's the real question. In other words, are we including those values? Could we? It's solid. Why do you say that? There's a reason. There's a simple justification. I'm trying to really kind of pick your brains. What's the reason that we're including values on the line? Because it equals. I cannot say 3 is greater than 3. So I couldn't include that value. But I could say 3 is greater than or equal to 3. Right? So when you pick a point on this line, the left-hand side is going to equal the right-hand side. And if you don't have that equal sign, then the statement's not true. So you wouldn't include those values. What we tell you guys is that if it has an equal sign, that means you're going to include the values on the line, so it's a solid line. So remember, it's solid because it has the equal sign. Right? It's greater than or equals to, yes?
Yeah, it should be on the bottom, because you should put the sign, right?
Oh, you are correct. Oh, good catch, you guys. They said, Mr. Adams, you shaded it wrong. And I was like, I didn't shade it wrong. I know what I'm doing. I didn't shade it wrong at all because it's a greater than symbol. And then they said, well, should it be a greater than symbol? So they are correct. I shaded it wrong. What's the mistake that I forgot to do something? You guys know what it is I forgot to do? Yeah. Flip the sign. Why would I flip the sign? Yep, very good. So because I'm dividing by a negative number here, I'm dividing by -5, dividing by -5, dividing by -5, I really should have flipped the inequality symbol to less than. Okay. So it's still a solid line because of the equal sign, but I should have shaded below. Now we would have caught that eventually. At some point I would have looked because I gave you guys multiple choice. And we're going to graph it. But thank you for pointing that out. Okay. So how do I double check that? Well, easy. I just plug it into Desmos. Right? So let's do it. That was 4x minus 5y is greater than or equal to 5. Yeah. And I'm just going to make sure that I have the right things here. And we'll just sketch this or take a screenshot of this actually. What do you think? Basically the same thing, right? Well, I mean, their line's a little better than my line. Not really, though. It's pretty close. Okay. That's it. Good catch, guys.